He had a feeling, just as you have, that something was going to happen to him, and it was with some surprise that he woke up in the morning to find himself much as he was when he went to bed. He looked at himself in the glass. He invited Coronel to gaze at him, but neither could discover that anything was the matter.
"After all," said Udo, "I don't suppose she meant anything. These old women get into a way of talking like that. If anybody is going to be turned into anything, it's much more likely to be you."
"Is that why you brought me with you?"
asked Coronel. I suppose that by this time they had finished their dressing. Roger Scurvilegs tells us nothing on such important matters, no doubt from modesty. Next morning they rose, he says, and disappoints us of a picture of Udo brushing his hair. They rose and went down to breakfast. The old woman was in a less cryptic mood at breakfast. She was particularly hospitable to Udo, and from some secret store produced an unending variety of good things for him to eat. To Coronel it almost looked as if she were fattening him up for something, but this suggestion was received with such bad grace by Udo that he did not pursue the subject. As soon as breakfast was over they started off again. From one of the many bags of gold he carried, Udo had offered some acknowledgment to the old woman, but she had refused to take it.
"Nay, nay,"
she said.
"I shall be amply rewarded before the day is out."
And she seemed to be smiling to herself, as if she knew of some joke which the prince and Coronel did not yet share.
"I like today,"
said Coronel, as they rode along.
"There's a smell of adventure in the air. Red roofs, green trees, blue sky, white road. I could fall in love today."
"Who with?"
said Udo suspiciously.
"Anyone. That old woman, if you like."
"Oh, don't talk of her,"
said the prince with a shudder.
"Coronel, hadn't you a sense of being out of some joke that she was in?"
"Perhaps we shall be in it before long. I could laugh very easily on a morning like this."
"Oh, I can see a joke as well as anyone,"
said Udo.
"Don't be afraid that I shan't laugh too. No doubt it will make a good story, whatever it is, to tell to the Princess Hyacinth. Coronel,"
he added solemnly, the thought having evidently only just occurred to him,
"I am all impatience to help that poor girl in her trouble."
And as if to show his impatience, he suddenly gave the reins a shake and cantered ahead of his companion. Smiling to himself, Coronel followed at his leisure. They halted at midday in a wood, and made a meal from some provisions which the old woman had given them. And after they had eaten, Udo lay down on a mossy bank and closed his eyes.
"I'm sleepy,"
he said.
"I had a restless night. Let's stay here a while. After all, there's no hurry."
"Personally,"
said Coronel,
"I'm all impatience to help that."
"I tell you, I had a very bad night,"
said Udo crossly.
"Oh, well, I shall go off and look for dragons. Coronel, the dragon slayer. Goodbye."
"Only half an hour,"
said Udo.
"Right."
With a nod to the prince, he strolled off among the trees. End of chapter 8.